Have you ever stood in a room full of people, smiling, nodding, agreeing, while inside, you're screaming to be seen for who you really are? It's like wearing a mask so heavy it suffocates the real you, yet you keep it on, hoping for applause. What if that applause is costing you your soul? Arthur Schopenhauer, the philosopher who championed the raw force of individual will, would say you're trading your essence for a hollow victory. Let's unravel this trap of conformity, explore why we fall into it, and discover how to break free, because your life is worth more than someone else's script. We've all been there. You say yes when you want to scream no. You are the massive agreement to keep the peace at work, with friends, in family gatherings. It's exhausting, isn't it? Schopenhauer would call this a surrender of your will, the unique force that drives your existence. He argued that life is a constant struggle between our individual will and the external pressures that try to crush it. Conformity, to him, is a cage we build ourselves bar by bar every time we prioritize others' expectations over our own truth. Think about it. How many times have you silenced your voice to avoid rocking the boat? Each time, you chip away at your core, trading authenticity for approval. Let's pause here. Picture yourself as a sculptor, chiseling a statue of your ideal self. Every time you conform, you let someone else grab the chisel and carve their version of you. Over time, the statue looks less like you and more like a stranger. This is the problem. Conformity erases your individuality. It's not just about saying yes to a favor or faking a smile. It's about losing the ability to hear your own voice. Schopenhauer's concept of the will is key here. He saw it as the driving force behind all life, the raw energy that makes you you. When you conform, you suppress this will, letting the world dictate your shape. And the cost? A life half-lived, a soul half-expressed. Why do we do this? Let's dig into the roots. Psychologically, we're wired for connection. Belonging feels safe. Rejection feels like death. Our brains, still carrying the instinct of ancient tribes, push us to fit in to survive. But survival isn't thriving. Society amplifies this with its unspoken rules. Don't be too loud, too different to you. From childhood, we're taught to color inside the lines, literally and figuratively. Remember being told to be nice or don't make a scene? Those lessons stick. They become scripts we follow, even when they suffocate us. Schopenhauer would argue this is a betrayal of our will, a choice to live as shadows of ourselves rather than as fully realized beings. In the next part, let's explore how this plays out in everyday life. Think about your relationships. Maybe you stay quiet when your partner dismisses your dreams, or you laugh off a co-worker's jab to keep things civil. These moments seem small, but they add up. Each one is a tiny surrender, a step away from your truth. I once knew someone who spent years in a career they hated because their parents expected it. They were successful by everyone's standards, but miserable by their own. Sound familiar? Maybe it's not a career for you, but a friendship where you play the nice one, swallowing your opinions to avoid conflict. Or a social media post you didn't share because it felt too bold. These are the micro moments where conformity steals your soul. Schopenhauer's critique bites deeper when we consider society's role. He saw the world as a place where individual wills clash, and conformity is the easy way out, a way to avoid the friction of standing out. But here's the kicker. The more you conform, the less you feel alive. Psychologists like Carl Jung would agree, pointing to the process of individuation, the journey to integrate all parts of yourself into a whole, authentic self. Jung believed that suppressing your true self for others' approval creates inner conflict, a kind of psychic dissonance that leaves you restless, unfulfilled. Ever felt that nagging sense that something's missing, even when life looks perfect on paper? That's your will, your inner spark, crying out to be heard. So what's the solution? It starts with awareness. You can't fight a battle you don't see. Ask yourself, where am I conforming? Write it down. Is it in your job, where you nod along to ideas you don't believe in? Is it in your relationships, where you hide your quirks to be loved? Be brutally honest. Schopenhauer would urge you to reclaim your will, to assert your individuality even when it's uncomfortable. This doesn't mean being selfish or reckless. It means being true. Try this. The next time you're tempted to agree just to please, pause. Ask, what do I really think? Then say it, even if your voice shakes. It's a small act, but it's revolutionary. It's you taking the chisel back. Let's go deeper. Reclaiming your will isn't just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to yourself. This is where Schopenhauer and Jung intersect beautifully. Jung's Individuation is about embracing your contradictions, your shadows, your unique fire. Schopenhauer's was the fuel for that fire. Together, they point to a life where you honor your inner truth over external noise. Practically, this might mean setting boundaries, telling a friend you need space, or leaving a job that dims your light. It might mean pursuing a passion others call impractical. I knew someone who quit a corporate job to become a painter, despite everyone's warnings. They're not famous, but they're alive in a way they never were before. What's your version of that? What's the one thing you do if no one's opinion mattered? This journey isn't easy. Conformity is seductive because it's safe. Standing out risks judgment, failure, even loneliness. But here's the truth Schopenhauer would hammer home. A life spent pleasing others is no life at all. It's a slow death, a betrayal of the will that makes you human. So, challenge yourself. Start small. Wear that outfit you love but think is too much. Share that opinion you've been swallowing. Each step builds courage, and courage builds a life that's yours. Over time, these choices reshape your statue, carving it closer to the real you. As we wrap this up, let's paint a picture of what's possible. Imagine waking up and feeling whole, not perfect, but whole. You speak your truth, not because it's easy, but because it's yours. You chase your dreams, not society's checklist. You're not a puppet of others' expectations, but a creator of your own story. This is what Schopenhauer's critique invites, a rebellion against conformity, a reclaiming of your will. It's a journey from external validation to internal freedom, from a life half-lived to one bursting with authenticity. So what's it going to be? Will you keep handing over the chisel, or will you start carving your own path? The world will always demand conformity, but you don't have to obey. Choose your will. Choose your truth. Write in the comments, I choose me. And if this resonates, subscribe for more, or explore related posts on Living Boldly. Your life is yours. Don't let it slip away.